that whether this whether this line is a tangent to the parabola or not. So for that, what you need to figure it out, that is y square is equal to 4x is the parabola offered to us. So the condition to check whether this is whether this line y is equal to mx plus c is a tangent or not. So what we can do is c is equal to a upon m. This is the condition. Now the c value is the intercept value which is already there in the question. Okay, let's say if the equation is of the form y is equal to 3x plus 7. Okay, so the c value is already mentioned, that is c is equal to 7, and a by m, the a value you need to find out from this equation of parabola y square is equal to 4x. So let's say if the parabola is of the form y square is equal to 16x, so we can compare the 16 value with 4a, which brings down the value of a to be 4. Okay, so a equal to 4 in this particular case, and then we have the slope value over here, m value as 3, m equal to 3. So the condition c is equal to a by m, to set whether we need to check whether this line is a tangent to this parabola or not. So the c value is 7 and a by m value is 4 upon 3. So we cannot say that this line is tangent to the parabola. So for any given line to be a tangent to the parabola, it must satisfy this particular condition, else it is not a tangent to the parabola. Now, if it is a tangent, then what will be the point of contact? Okay, if it is a tangent to the parabola, then what will be the point of contact? So to find out that, we have the point of contact value to be given as the x coordinate value turns out to be c upon m, and the y coordinate value turns out to be 2a upon m. So this thing you need to keep in mind, and it can also be it can also be written as a upon m square or 2a upon m. Okay, since c is equal to a by m, if you substitute this value over here, it turns out to be a upon m square and 2a upon m. So this is the thing which we need to keep in mind. Now the last is equation of tangent in terms of slope. Let's say if the slope value is offered to you, so how to write this equation in the slope form, that is written as y is equal to mx plus a upon m. So these are a few of the fundamental facts which you need to look out before undergoing any of the simplification problem of the parabola concept. Now let's have a look at few of the problems which are formed keeping in mind the basics of parabola. Okay, so you need to know the basics which you have already learned, and now we will try to simplify whatsoever the problems are provided over here. So let's get started with the very first problem offered to us, that is the coordinates of focus for parabola y square is equal to 28x are, we need to find out. So you are having the option values as a minus 7 comma 0, b 7 comma 0, c 0 comma 7, or is it d 0 comma minus 7. Now how to do these kind of problems? It is very easy. See, we need to compare this parabola equation with our standard equation of parabola, that is y square is equal to 4ax. Now then you need to compare this 28 with this 4a value, which brings down 4a equals 28, and if you simplify it, it gives us the value of a to be 28 by 7, that is equal to 28 by 4, that is equal to 7. Okay, so over here, as we know that the coordinates of focus, what is the coordinate of focus for this particular, just we have learned. See, the value 7 is obtained over here. Now just simply look at the screenshot which you have already taken and have your answer in the chat window. You have obtained this a value. Very good, very good. Yes, definitely, definitely. So the coordinates of focus are s, a, comma 0. And if you observe that this a value we found out to be 7. So our final answer turns out to be 7 comma 0, which is the option B. Okay, very good, very good. So this is how we simplify the problems which are associated with parabola. Now let's proceed ahead with the discussion of next problem which is offered to us, that is the equation of directrix for parabola 3x square is equal to 8y is what? Now we have the options to be given as 3y plus 2, 2y plus 3, y plus 6, and none of these. Okay, and the equations are equated to 0. So if you observe, students, this parabola is of the form like this way, since it is symmetric about y-axis. Okay, now we need to convert this in the form of standard expression of parabola, that is x square equal to 4by. Okay, we will convert this into x square equal to 4by form. So how to do this? You need to bring down this 3 right over here. So it is x square equal to 8 upon 3y. Okay, it is x square is equal to 8 upon 3y. Now you need to compare this value of 4b. Okay, you need to compare this value of 4b, which is 4b equal to 8 upon 3. So b is equal to what will come? 2 upon 3. Now the equation, what is the equation for what is the equation of directrix for parabola which is symmetric about the y-axis? That is given by what will come? It is y plus b. Okay, since we are finding b, so it is y plus b equals 0. So if we write it the equation of directrix like this way, y plus b equals 0, and then we try to substitute the value. Okay, so it is y plus what will come? 3 upon 2, sorry, 2 by 3 over here equals 0, and 3 gets multiplied over here. If we take LCM, it is 3y plus 2 equals 0. So let's have a look at the answer. Very good. I can find that many of them have already answered in the chat window. So yes, definitely the answer is A, that is 3y plus 2 equals 0. The next question that is offered for the parabola, that is the equation of parabola with vertex at the origin, axis along y-axis, and passing through the point 6 comma 3 is what? Okay, so we need to construct the equation now. We need to find the equation of parabola wherein the vertex of the parabola is located at the origin and the axis is along the y-axis, and it passes through the point 6 comma minus 3. So since this parabola is is having the axis along y-axis, since it is having its axis along y-axis, so we can say that the equation of parabola is of the form x square is equal to 4by. Okay, it is of the form x square equal to 4by, or it is minus 4by. We are not sure at this point, this moment, whether it is positive of 4by or negative of 4by, but we will obtain these values on a later stage. But at present we are pretty sure that we need to take a look at this particular expression rather than undergoing with the expression of y square is equal to 4ax. Now how this we have concluded? By the condition which is offered to us as axis is along y-axis. Okay, so now what is the next step to follow? Very first we will have to look at the the choice values which is provided to us, the options as y square is equal to minus 2x, minus 12x, x square is equal to 12y, x square is equal to minus 12y, and y square is equal to 12x. So now we'll observe the process of simplification, how to simplify this particular question. Now see, the simplification steps are very easy. The coordinate values which you are finding over here, that is, this is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. So you need to substitute these values in this particular equation, that is x square is equal to 4by, and once you do the substitution, it turns out to be x square, that is 6 square, is equal to 4b, and y is minus 3. Okay, so 36 is equal to 4b into minus 3, that is, I am directly writing it as minus 12b. If you do the further simplification, we obtain the value of b to be minus 3. Now what you need to do is you are having the value of b as -3. Just simply substitute this value in this particular equation. That is equal to x square equal to 4 into -3y. So x square equal to -12y is your answer. Yes, very good. I'm finding this answer in the chat window. Any of the students have answered it? So let's observe. And yes, x square equal to -12y is the correct answer to the given question. Okay. Problem number 4. The equation of the parabola whose directrix is given as x plus 3 equals 0. Now, what is the what is the equation of parabola in standard form which we'll be taking for this? Now, as you can find, directrix is x plus 3 equals 0. That means it is of the form x plus a equals 0. And whenever it is of the form x plus a equals 0, we know that it is the parabola y square is equal to 4ax. Okay, it is the parabola y square is equal to 4ax, and you are having this a value as 3. So just a simple substitution of this a value, okay, in this particular equation, that is y square is equal to 4ax, will bring you the equation of the parabola which we are required with. And yes, I can find the answer in the chat window. So y square is equal to 12x is the correct answer. Very good. As you can find, this is the answer which we are finding it over here. Now, let us try to observe the last question based on parabola, that is the equation of tangent to the parabola y square is equal to 9x at point 1 comma -3. Now, what is the question asked over here? We need to find the equation of tangent to the parabola. Parabola is y square is equal to 9x and it is located at point 1 comma -3. Now, how to do this? The process is very easy. See, you are offered with the equations as 3x minus 2y plus 3 equals 0, 3x plus 2y plus 3, 3x plus 2y minus 3, and none of these. So process of simplification. For this, the first step is we need to equate this particular equation of parabola with the standard equation of parabola as y square is equal to 4ax, which gives us the value of a. So the a value is 9 by 4. Now, the equation of tangent, what we learned, that was for the parabola y square is equal to 4ax. And if you observe, that equation is y1 is equal to 2a x plus x1. Okay, so equation of tangent was y1 is equal to 2a x plus x1. So how to do this? We'll substitute the value of x and y from this x1 and y1. So this value is x1, this value is y1. Okay, so y1 value is -3, so I will write it as -3y is equal to 2a. A is 9 by 4, x into bracket x plus x1 value is 1. Now 2 into 1, 2 into 2, and if you do the further simplification, so it is -6y is equal to 9x plus 9. Okay, so if I bring down this -6y towards the right hand side, and then I will rearrange the left hand side and right hand side, so it brings me the equation to be of the form 9x plus 6y, okay, plus 9 equals 0. Okay, now you can take the three value can be taken common from this, and you can reduce it with 0. So you can bring down this 3 value common and divide it with 0. So this equation reduces to 3x plus 2y plus 3 equals 0, and this is none other than option B. So this is the process of how to find the equation of tangent to the given parabola, that is y square is equal to 9x at a given point. Now this point is located on the parabola itself. Okay, so these were few of the concepts which were dealing with the concept of parabola. Now let's try to observe the next part of the chapter, that is the ellipse. Now to start off with the ellipse, the definition of ellipse in mathematics, it is stated as an ellipse is the locus of a point in a plane which moves so that its distance from a fixed point bears a constant ratio e, and the condition for e is given as 0 less than e less than 1 to its distance from a fixed line, and this fixed point is called as the focus point S, and the fixed line is called as the directrix D. Okay, so in ellipse we are having two directrix and two focus values, so we generally call it as foci. Okay, if it is a plural form, we call it as foci rather than calling it as focuses. So PM is the perpendicular on the directrix. You can find this PM, so it is a perpendicular dropped on the directrix, and E is the real number, which is also known as the eccentricity of the ellipse. Okay, E is known as the eccentricity of the ellipse, and its condition is given as 0 less than E less than 1. Now the standard equation of ellipse, this particular format of ellipse is given as x square upon a square plus y square upon b square equals 1, wherein b square is equal to a square into bracket 1 minus e square, and this a is greater than b. Okay, this a is greater than b. Now this is the relation which will be utilizing it, and this relation is the relation which is between b, a and e. Okay, so it is the relation between b, a and e. Now the foci point of the ellipse is given as S into bracket a e comma 0, and S dash is minus a e comma 0. So you can observe this foci points right over here. This S dash point is minus a e comma 0, and this S point is a e comma 0. Now equation of directrices, that is given by x is equal to positive of a by e and x is equal to negative of a by. You can find this directrices right over here. So this D dash directrix equation is x is equal to minus a by e, since it is located at the negative side of x axis, and this equation of directrix is x is equal to a by e. Now we need to note over here that the ellipse intersects x axis at the point a comma 0 and point a dash minus a comma 0. Okay, so this particular point is a comma 0, this point is minus a comma 0, and the y axis at point 0 comma b and minus 0 comma b. Okay, so these are the vertices of the ellipse, and ultimately the segment a dash, which is of the length 2a, so the distance right from this point to this point, okay, this distance value, it is the 2a value which we find, and that is known as the major axis, and the segment b dash of length 2b is called as the minor axis, which you can find right over here. That is the distance from this particular point to this particular point. So this is the minor axis, this is the major axis, and then ellipse is a geometrical figure which is symmetric about both the axes. Okay, now some useful results which we are dealing with the ellipse concept, that is distance between directrices is given by 2a by e. Okay, it is given by 2a by e. Then the n coordinates of latera recta. Okay, so since we are having two directrices, so we also have two latus rectum over here, and that is generally pronounced in plural form as latera recta. So the coordinates, n coordinates of latera recta, that is given by ae comma b square upon a and ae comma minus b square upon a. Okay, so one is located towards the right hand side, one is located towards the left hand side. Okay, and the length of latus rectum, that is given by 2b square by a, and sum of focal distance of point on the ellipse, that is given by 2a, that is the length of major axis. Now these are the useful results which we need to keep in mind before we come to the simplification of problems dealing with the ellipse, since we will be utilizing these results for the simplification aspects. So we need to know this, we need to learn this pretty well. Then the parametric equations of ellipse, that is given by x is equal to a cos theta and y is equal to b sin theta, wherein the theta is the parameter value, which is also known as the eccentric angle of the ellipse at particular point P. And this theta value can be obtained by using this equation, that is theta is equal to tan inverse a by b into y by x. Now let's have a look at few of the further part, that is, this is the major part of our discussion. See, in one instance, you are finding the basic, results, or we can say the basic concepts at a glance. So what I recommend all of you, that is you take the screenshot of this particular portion, and kindly inform me in the chat window once it is done, because this is the key part of our discussion, and we will be utilizing the few of the results in our simplification of problems. All right, all right. Thank you for the confirmation. Now see, you're having over here two different, case of parabola. Two different case of ellipse. That is, this ellipse is of the form which is like this way. This is the horizontal orientation ellipse, and this is the vertical orientation ellipse. And the formula associated with this vertical orientation ellipse is provided right over here in this particular column. So if you observe, the values will be similar. Okay, the results which are provided over, that will be similar but not same. So you need to be very careful while simplifying the problems. Now let us try to discuss the further part of this particular topic, that is ellipse. Now next part is tangent at a particular point on an ellipse. So let's say, as you can find over here in the figure, the tangent is located at a point P, which is given by the coordinates x1, y1, and we are intended to find the equation of tangent at this particular point P. Okay, so the ellipse equation utilized is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1, wherein in the question you will be offered with the values of a and b. No need to worry. So the equation of this tangent at this particular point P, that P value, that P coordinates are given as x1, y1. That will also be provided in the question itself, and the equation turns out to be xx1 upon a square plus y1 upon b square equals 1, wherein the x1 and y1 values you are supposed to take right from this particular point coordinates. Okay, so a simple substitution of the point coordinates in this equation will bring you down to the equation of tangent at the ellipse. Now to check whether the equation is a tangent to the ellipse, we are having one condition which is given as c is equal to plus or minus under root of a square m square plus b square, wherein the c value is the intercept of this tangent, which is a line, m is the slope of the line, and a and b values are extracted right from the ellipse. Okay, now if let's say if it is the, having the tangent, if the line is a tangent to the ellipse, so it touches at this particular point, and the coordinates of this point can be obtained by using this particular coordinate fundamental, that is p into bracket x coordinate of this point is given by minus a square m upon c, and y coordinate of this point is given as b square upon c, wherein m and c values will be, from the equation of line, and then a and b values can be, substituted from the equation of ellipse. So it's very easy if you know the formula, and then you can undergo with the simplification of problems based on any of the conic sections portion. Now let's try to simplify few of the problems based on this ellipse fundamental. That is problem 1. The coordinates of foci for ellipse given by x square upon 16 plus y square upon 9 equals 1. See what is given to you. We are intended to find the coordinates of foci. Okay, we are intended to find the coordinates of foci for ellipse given as x square upon 16 plus y square upon 9 equals 1. Now what are the coordinates of foci? S into bracket ae comma 0, s dash into bracket minus ae comma 0. Now we can obtain the a value from over here. Okay, we can obtain the a value from over here, but what about e? How to obtain e value? So e value can be obtained by using the relation which we had already studied. So that relation is nothing but it is b square is equal to a square into bracket 1 minus e square. Now we are having the value of b square as 9, a square as 16. Okay, so I am writing this value over here. It is b square and this is a square. and then we are undergoing the substitution of these values. So it is none other than 9 equals 16 into bracket 1 minus e square. Okay, now 9 by 16 is equal to 1 minus e square. If you do the further simplification, you are having the value of e square to be if you it is somewhere around 7 by 16. If you do the simplification, for that what you need to do, you need to take minus e square over here and 9 by 16 over here, and 1 minus 9 by 16, that gives you the value of 7 upon 16. So e square is 7 by 16, which brings down the value of e to be under root of 7 by 16, which gives us the value as under root 7 upon 4. Now see, we will take the positive value of e only. Why? Because the range of e for ellipse, it lies from 0 to 1. So we are not considering the negative value of e. Okay. Now the coordinates of s a comma 0 and s dash minus a comma 0 can be obtained very easily. So let me show you the options also. So these are the options provided to us. Now what is a into e? See, a square is 16, so a value is 4. So a into e, that is equal to 4 into under root of 7 upon 4, which is equal to under root of 7. So definitely the answer is minus under root 7 comma 0 and under root 7 comma 0. And yes, the same answer I can find in the chat window also. Thank you so much for actively participating it. Let's disclose the answer, and yes, it is correct. Okay. Now let's have a look at next problem, that is problem number 2. Problem number 2, that is given as the eccentricity for ellipse 4x square plus 3y square equal to 1 is what? Now over here students, the equation of ellipse is not given in the format as x square upon a square plus y square upon b square equals 1. We need to convert it. What is the main process? We need to convert it to the equation like we want it. So how to do it is very easy. Let's have a look at the answer values, and now we will begin with the further part. Now see, 4x square upon plus 3y square equal to 1 can be rewritten as x square upon 1 upon 4, and it can be written as y square upon 1 upon 3, and that is equal to 1. Now it is very easy. You are having the a square value as 1 by 4, y square value as 1 by 3. So we are intended to find the eccentricity for this ellipse. So how it can be computed? B square is equal to a square into bracket 1 minus e square. So b square value is 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 4 into bracket 1 minus e square. So this 4 value goes over here. 4 by 3 is equal to 1 minus e square. Therefore it is none other than, what will happen? Very good. Very good. Very good. So if you further do the simplification, you will come up with a value, and it is somewhere around 1 by 2. All right. So let's try to proceed ahead further with the next problem. The equation of tangent to the ellipse x square upon 8 plus y square upon 6 equals 1 at the point 2 comma root 3 is what? Now it is very easy. In case of simplification of equation of tangent to the given ellipse, the process is very simple. The equation which we are utilizing, that is x1 upon a square plus y1 upon b square equals 1. And over here we are having the set of values of x1 and y1 to be 2 and root 3, which is already stated. So a simple substitution and further simplification will bring down to the answer of the given problem, that is equation of tangent. So let's have a look at the equation values, and let's try to simplify this. So it is x into x1. So it is 2x upon 8 plus root 3y upon 6 equals 1. Now what you can do is you can take the LCM and do the simplification of this particular. So take the LCM of 8 and 6. So 6 comma 8, with the help of 2 we can take the LCM. 2 into 3, 2 into 4, once again 2, 3 comes down, 2, 3, and then 3 over here, 1, 1. Okay, so it is 36, 24, sorry. So we are having 6x plus 4 root 3y equals 1. And if you do the further simplification, yes, definitely you are going to obtain the answer as 3x plus 2 root 3y equals 12. All right. So the further process is quite easy. If you take the simple simplification of this, so it is 6 by 24. It is you can also take the reduction. You can take 2 common over here. So 2 3x plus 2 root 3y upon 24 equals 1. So 2 into 1, 2 into 12, and this 12 value can be shifted right over here. So it is 3x plus 2 root 3y equals 12. Now moving ahead with the last part of the chapter, that is the hyperbola. So hyperbola, according to the definition, it is the locus of a point in a plane which moves so that its distance from a fixed point bears a constant ratio, wherein this ratio E is greater than 1 to its distance from a fixed line. And this fixed point is called as the focus and fixed line is called as the directrix. Now PM is once again the perpendicular on the directrix, and E is the real number wherein E is greater than 1, which is called the eccentricity of the hyperbola. Now, if we have properly understood the fundamentals of ellipse, the key difference between ellipse and hyperbola is the eccentricity part, and the main portion is reflected right over here. That is in the equation x square upon a square. In the ellipse, we were having positive y square upon b square, and over here we are having negative sign. Okay, so x square upon a square minus y square upon b square equal to 1, wherein the relationship between a, b, and e in ellipse, that was 1 minus e square. Since the eccentricity of ellipse is less than 1, so we are taking 1 minus e square. But over here we are having the eccentricity of hyperbola as more than 1, so we will take it as e square minus 1. Okay, and then after we'll do the further process of simplification as asked in the question. So this is the key difference between hyperbola and ellipse. So once you have undergone through the formula of ellipse, you will definitely find it easy for the simplification of hyperbola problems. Now this is the key part of our discussion, wherein you are supposed to take the screenshot of it and inform me in the chat window once it is done. These fundamentals will guide you with the simplification of various problems associated with the hyperbola. This is the entire chapter summary which is put down on a particular slide. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. Now in hyperbola also we are having two different cases to look out. That is the first equation of hyperbola. We can find right over here the figure which is related to it. So, and the second part of the hyperbola, that figure you can find right over here. So we need to look out the case which hyperbola is offered to us, whether it is of the form x square upon a square minus y square upon b square equal to 1, or is it of the form y square upon b square minus x square upon a square is equal to 1. So have a look onto this and then undergo with the further simplification of problem. Now, few of the concept related to the tangent at a point on a hyperbola, that is the equation of tangent, which is similar to the one which we have gone through the fundamentals of ellipse. So only the sign difference is here, that is in the ellipse we are having positive sign, in hyperbola we are having negative sign. but the equation of hyperbola, equation of tangent to the hyperbola remains same. That is x upon x1 upon a square minus y1 upon b square equals 1. And the condition for tangency, that is c is equal to plus or minus under root of a square m square minus b square. This is the condition for tangency which we utilize for the checking whether the tangent is whether the line is a tangent to the hyperbola or not. And the point of contact of tangent at the hyperbola, this is not ellipse, this is hyperbola, so it is given by minus a square m by c and minus b square upon c. Now let's have a look at the revision part of the entire conic section, that is the circle, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. Eccentricity of circle is 0, so it is mentioned as dash. Eccentricity of parabola is 1. Eccentricity of ellipse is 0, in between 0 and 1, that is 0 less than e less than 1, and for hyperbola it is greater than 1. Now students, sometimes the MCQs may be asked like this way, that what is the eccentricity of ellipse, and the options will be provided to you like this way, that whether it is 0 less or equal to e less than 1, 0 less than e less or equal to 1, 0 less than e less than 1, or none of these. So you need to select 0 less than e less than 1. These kind of MCQs can be asked to you, okay, dealing with the eccentricity of the given conic sections. Thereafter, the equation of the curve, that can be observed right over here from this particular column sections, that is x square plus y square is equal to a square, and xx1 plus y1 is equal to a square. This is the equation of tangent. Then after point of contact of the tangent, this is given by here it is not given, but condition for tangency, that is c square is equal to a square m square plus b square. Over here it is b square, not a square. Now parabola, that is eccentricity is 1, so y square is equal to 4ax is the equation which we are utilizing, and y1 is equal to 2a x1 plus y1. This is also one of the equation, we have already utilized it. So this is an overview of the entire concept which we have already studied. Now let's try to quickly solve few of the problems on hyperbola, since the time duration is getting over. So problem 1, that is given as the coordinates of foci for hyperbola, that is given by x square by 4 minus y square by 12 equals 1. Okay, that we need to find out. Now is it minus 12 comma 0, plus or minus 12 comma 0, plus or minus 4 comma 0, plus or minus 6 comma 0, or none of these? Now if you observe, we have already gone through the fundamentals of hyperbola. So the coordinates of foci, okay, the coordinates of foci, that is given by s a comma 0 and s minus a comma 0, and over here s 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b. Now since our given hyperbola is of the form this particular form, so you will be utilizing the equation of hyperbola coordinates of foci, that is s a comma 0 and s minus a comma 0. So let's try to simplify this particular question. Now for this, see, a square value is 4, b square value is 12, and we will utilize the condition for the relationship for a, b and e to obtain the value of eccentricity, since it is needed in hyperbola foci, to find the coordinates of the foci. So what we can do over here, that is the eccentricity condition, b square is equal to a square into bracket e square minus 1. This is the condition which we'll be looking forward to. Then after b square value is 12, a square value is 4, okay, this is the b square value, this is the a square value, and e square minus 1. Now I will take the further simplification step to be 12 by 4 is equal to e square minus 1. So 4 into 1, 4 into 3, so it is e square minus 1 equals 3. So e square equal to 3 plus 1, e square is equal to 4, and e is equal to, I will take only positive 2. Okay, why? Because eccentricity of hyperbola is always greater than 1, so I will neglect the negative value of eccentricity, and I will take e equal to 2. Now find ae comma 0. So what is ae comma 0? A value from this a square is equal to 4, we have a value to be 2. So a into e gives you plus or minus, sorry, plus or minus 4 comma 0. And the final answer to the given question will be option B. Yes, very good. Now next problem, that is the eccentricity for hyperbola given by y square by 9 minus x square by 16 equals 1 is what? Now for this, we have the set of options listed right over here. And as you observe, b square is equal to a square e square minus 1. This is not we are utilizing, since this hyperbola is of the form y square upon b square minus x square upon a square equal to 1. Okay, so to understand this, let's have a recap of what the formula we are taking into consideration, what is the relationship we'll be looking forward to. So it is none other than b square is equal to a square is equal to b square 1 minus e square. So e square minus 1, that's this is the condition which will be utilizing it. So let's have a look at the problem once again. E square minus 1. So the a square value is 16 is equal to 9 e square minus 1, and do the simplification and have your answer in the chat window. So it is 16 by 9 is equal to e square minus 1. Now if you take the further simplification step, it is e square is equal to 16 upon 9 plus 1. So it is 16 plus 9 upon 9, that is equal to 25 by 9. And if you take the square root, it is 5 by 3. Okay, so the final answer is 5 by 3. Now on this note, students, we are hereby done with the basic concepts and the revision of the conic section. Also we had completed the coordinate geometry part, that is we had completed the straight lines and pair of straight lines, circles, then ellipse, parabola and hyperbola. The entire conic section is completed now. So now I wish you all the best for your further examinations, and do practice well for the given problems. Thank you so much, admis team, for providing me this wonderful opportunity to conduct the complex examination classes.